1971 Fiat 500. So you can see it's left-hand drive. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. Start on this front driver's corner. If we look down this right-hand side, not driver's. If we look down this side, you can see it is nice and straight. It has just had a little bit of a paint refresh, so a bit of a clean up on the arches and sills and things like that. So it is in nice condition. If you look on this arch, it's nice and solid all the way around. Good wheel and tyre there. Whole wing's nice. This seam coming all the way down here is lovely. Coming down this side, all nice and clean. Again, the seams down the bottom here are good. This sill is nice and clean all the way along, as you can see. This door, all nice and straight. There's no ripples or dents or anything in that. Especially on the top here, that's all really good. This rear quarter, again, another good, nice, clean, solid arch. Good wheel and tyre. No sign of any marks or scratches or anything like that. And this seam along the bottom here is nice. Inside the gutter rail, all the way up, is nice and clean. Same with around the sunroof. It does have a little mark here. I think there's one on the other side, and it's where the roof itself actually meets. It's been sort of chipped or something like that. Good look at the soft top there. So again, it's nice and clean. There's no rips or tears or anything in it. Obviously the mechanism's all good. It folds back nice and neatly. If we look around here, apart from that mark, it is lovely and solid all the way around. There's no sign of any corrosion really anywhere on this thing. Rest of the roof's nice and straight. Round up the back. Rear bumper's all nice and clean. You've got a very small dent just here. But other than that, nice and tidy. Below the bumper, it's nice and clean. The engine deck lid, that's nice. Around these vents is good. And as is this one, it's got a couple of screws that want cleaned up, but we're being particularly picky there. This gutter along the bottom there is nice as well. Got a leaf in there, but other than that, all good. Around this rear screen, it's tidy all the way around. On the driver's side again, if you look down the side, you can see nice and straight. Not full of filler or anything like that. Rear arch again is good. Good wheel and tyre. Lower half on the sill and everything is nice. This rear quarter is good. It's not really any marks or anything to point out. It makes for a boring video, but it does make for a nicer car. And then your last arch, nice and solid all the way around. Good wheel and tyre. And this seam here is nice and tidy again. Not even really any stone chips or anything to note on the front. Front bumper's nice and clean. Light lenses and everything are good. Bonnet is all nice and straight. Around the bottom of the window and around the washer jets and the washers and everything is all good. And again, here, I did mention, so you've got a mark on that side and you've got another little mark here. And a little scratch here, just from the roof going on and off. So you can't see that when the roof's closed. For me, if you can have a 500, it's got to be white on the outside and red on the inside, which is exactly what this one is. This door's all nice and clean, especially the painted part. Quite often that gets all marked up, but that's good. Door card's nice and clean. All the plastic trim is nice. It's not dried out and brittle or anything like that. Seat on this side is lovely. Nice and firm. It's not lost any of its padding or anything like that. It's not faded. Black piping's nice as well. Back of the seat's good. Carpet set's all lovely and clean. Rear bench shows no sign of any wear at all, but that's not uncommon because it's pretty rarely used. Well, you'd be surprised how much room you've got in a 500. They're kind of like a mini in that way. You can definitely fit in there quite comfortably. I can. I'm 6'2" and I've got plenty of space in there. Another nice clean door. Driver's seat's all nice and tidy. In the back and everything, that's all good. I mean, there isn't a headlining as such, but the padding at the top there is nice. Could do with a good clean, but other than that, all good. Steering wheel has this cover on it. It's been on a while. Could do with a good clean, but I quite like it. It's quite quirky. Will be relatively easy to remove, I would imagine. And then obviously your painted centres. You've got a little bit of pitting just on the bottom there. And the badge arguably is a little bit faded, but not the end of the world. Quite an easy thing to replace. The dash is nice and clean, as is your clock. So it's showing 7,000 miles. If you check the description, we'll detail what we know about where it's been and what it's done, things like that. Have a look in the engine bay. Could do with a really good clean in here. Which is an easy enough job to do, but it's sat here for about a week now. No sign of any fluids or anything dropping out the bottom. Engine itself runs sweet. It was driven to us. I've briefly had it down the road just 'cause I quite like these things. Drives really nice. Always starts quite happily, which we'll do now. Obviously on a 500 you've got 2 levers down here, left one for your choke, right one for your starter. It's ignition on. Pull the lever. And away you go. I have to excuse the dodgy camera work. It's not the most graceful thing for me to get in and out of, but there you have it. 1971 Fiat 500. Any more questions, please get in touch. If you want any more photos or videos, we're happy to send them over. Of course, we're open every day for viewings. Whatever's easier for you, just let us know. Thank you.